Elliot here from the Bear Pit TV, and this is your preferred 11 show. Now, we come off the back of a absolutely abysmal, pathetic performance against Leicester. There was no fight, there was no energy, there was no drive, and it was just a bit shambolic to watch. Can't say enough bad words about that performance. It was awful, absolutely terrible. But now we go away to Turf Moor and face Burnley and Sean Dyche, and they've turned Turf Moor into a bit of a fortress this season. So we've got our work cut out. It has slipped recently, and they've lost to Tottenham 2-0 and Lincoln in the FA Cup there. But before that, they were smashing everyone that went there, and they've only been picking up the points and the results at home and been doing nothing on the road of note. So we need to go here and we need to actually set up right. I think we need to have the right mentality. It says a lot when we went in at half time. We come back out, and about a minute later, Jamie Vardy has got the second goal. We need to be mentally prepared for this game. We need to be in the right mindset. So this is my preferred 11 for the game. Obviously, start with Lee Grant in goal. He had a fantastic performance at the weekend, and if it wasn't for him, it would have been probably another 4-0. It probably would have. So Lee Grant, of course, keeps his place. On the right, Glenn Johnson. There's still no alternative option from Glenn. Phil Bardsley's still suspended, and if I'm being honest, if Phil was fit, he would be in there. No doubt about that. I think Phil Bardsley, as I said in the previous preferred 11 that I did instead of Craig, I said that he's one of our unsung heroes really this season, Phil Bardsley, but still suspended. Glenn Johnson gets the place. Centre-back pairing, Bruno Martins-Indi and Ryan Shawcross. They didn't do too badly at the weekend, despite conceding 2 goals. Bruno did okay. Ryan also had an okay game. There was just one idiotic challenge where he snapped the young lad, I can't remember his name, snapped him and just cut him in half and got a yellow card quite early on. And I think that put Ryan on sort of the back foot for the rest of the game. He was close to getting sent off at one point, committed a couple of fouls, even knowing full well he was on yellow, but managed to get away with it, thankfully. But those guys keep them spots. There will be a change for me at left back. I think Eric Peters has had his time. He tried his best again to assist the opposition and give Leicester a goal at one point. His crossing's just not there. He did make one great clearance off the line in the first half, but for me, I just expect so much more from a left back nowadays. They've got to be able to do so much more than defend. So for me, I'd like to put Muniesa in there, give him a game, give him a run out, see what he can do in the run up to the end of the season. Hopefully, stake a place. So he's not going to be sold. Hopefully, show how much he can be worth to Stoke City, because Mark Hughes doesn't seem to fancy him at all. But for me, Eric Peters has had his time, and I think that Muniesa should be playing. In central midfield, it's going to be Glenn Whelan alongside, and this was a tough one, but Afellay. I can't understand why Afellay isn't getting a run out at the minute. He's fit, he's fine, and we're bringing on Charlie Adam at the end of games. At the weekend, Mark Hughes brought on Charlie Adam, and that game was crying out for an Afellay or an Mbula. Someone who's got a bit of creativity, someone who could maybe drive the full ball forward and make something happen. And it was just strange that Charlie Adam came on. So for me this weekend, this Tuesday night, not a weekend game, I want to see Glenn Whelan in there with Ibrahim Afellay. And by the way, I'm going back to a 4-2-3-1. I've ditched the 4-4-2, and I hope that Mark Hughes does as well. So in midfield, it's going to be Glenn Whelan and Afellay. In front of those two, it's going to be Joe Allen. He didn't have it was just a mediocre game for Joe at the weekend. I think we've started to expect a lot more from him, and it just wasn't there at the weekend. Hopefully he can pick that up this week against Burnley. On the wings, they speak for themselves. Ramadan Sobi, who's probably man of the match at the weekend. He's been man of the match in most of our games since he's played. He just does the hard work. He's such a mature head for how young he is. He does the tracking back, he does the hard work, he does the clever option a lot of the time, and he's really showing why we brought him and why we did pluck him out of Africa and out of Egypt. And on the right, of course, Marko Arnautovic. He was so close to scoring at the weekend. He had a great chance in the first half, just put it wide, and he also scored and was given wrongly offside. God knows. I'd like to say that if that had gone in, the game would have been different, but I can't see us getting a second. We nearly got that one, and that was ruled offside. So Marko Arnautovic and Ramadan Sobi on the wings, and Berahino up top. I want to persist with Berahino. I'm determined that he'll get a couple of goals before the end of the season, and this could be one of those games. Hopefully could nick one against Burnley. Some people are saying he looks a bit not at the races, but I think we've just got to persist. I think we've just got to give him this game time, get him back into the rhythm of things, because if we leave him out, then how is that going to help? What's that going to do for him? But that is my preferred 11. So to run through it again for you, Lee Grant in goal. It's going to be Glenn Johnson at right back with Bruno Martins Indy and Ryan Shawcross at centre backs. Mark Muniesa left back, Whelan and Afellay in the middle, with Joe Allen in front of those, Sobby on the left, Arnie on the right, Berahino up top, and it is a 4-2-3-1. I've ditched the 4-4-2. And I think we should as well. This video has been sponsored by Ladbrokes. If you do want to place a bet, there will be a link in the description. Please do like, comment, and let me know if you agree or disagree with my formation. Do let me know if you'd make any changes to that. Subscribe if you're new, and thank you for watching.